Okay, fine. So I hope you can see me and hear me. Very good evening. So we'll start the class. So if you can see me and hear me properly, then I launch the poll. You can click the relevant option. Okay, fine. So we are good to go. I think from technical side, everything is correct. And now we'll start today's class as usual with a curious video regarding chemistry experiments. Okay, as I told, every day we'll be seeing one experiment, amazing experiment, such that you start liking these experiments and then you start liking the subject also. Okay, fine. So with this idea, so we'll get going. Remaining, we'll see at the end of the class. Okay, there should be some suspense now, little bit. Okay, I want to continue the chapter. So the other crazy reactions, we'll come back to it at the end of this class. Okay, cool. So yesterday we were doing the characteristics of matter. We completed two characteristics. Okay, the first one, as we already know, that these particles of matter are very, very small in size. And the second one, they are continuously moving. And we also learned about some diffusion and everything, the factors affecting diffusion. I'll just modify my settings. So those who like this dark background, you can click on S. Okay, if you like this dark background, you can click on S. Some of you may have color blindness and something like that. But if you do not want the black background, you click on no. Okay, because some students have told me that they cannot see properly. Okay, so if you like dark background, you click on yes. You want white background, you click on no. India is a democratic country. Okay, I'll go with a majority. Simple. If everybody wants dark background, then I'll continue with this. I don't mind. Okay, faster, quick. So those who like this dark background, so I'll just continue this dark background. Okay, cool. So yesterday we did till here. Okay, if I'm not wrong, the diffusion is directly proportional to temperature. We also saw one question from the textbook. So this much we had completed. So all these things, important note regarding osmosis and the definition of diffusion, as well as the factor affecting diffusion, that is temperature. If temperature increases, then diffusion also increases. Okay, cool. So now we'll go to the third characteristic of matter. So I'm going to just write it here. So particles of matter have space between them. Particles of matter have space between them. Okay, fine. So what do I exactly mean by this? As you can see, all these particles of matter, they're very, very small. There's something called intermolecular space. Okay, so all these particles of matter, they do have some amount of space between them. Okay, and that is exactly what we call as intermolecular space. So now whenever you dissolve some substance in water, you will see that it will change its color. For example, if I take copper sulfate, see yesterday we saw the glucose example also. We'll see today another example. That is, if I take copper sulfate, so this is our copper sulfate, okay, which looks blue color like this. So this copper sulfate, if I dissolve in water, what will happen? I'll write here copper sulfate in water. So if I dissolve this copper sulfate in water, as you can see, the color of the solution will become like this, blue. Okay, before water was not blue. After adding copper sulfate, the water became blue like this. Okay, so why did this happen? Because the copper sulfate got dissolved in the liquid. That's all. Okay, so this is one thing. So another colorful reaction that you can take is this very good crystal called potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate. Okay, so this is our crystal potassium permanganate, which looks like this. Okay, kind of purple color, dark purple color like this. Okay, now if you dissolve this in water, you will get like this. Okay, the color becomes kind of purple color. So this is another example. Like that, so many other chemicals are there which you dissolve in water, they will change its color. Okay, what is happening is that these crystals, they go and occupy the space between the water molecules. Okay, for example, I will show you uh, the photo itself. Okay, so I hope you can see. I don't know, like this is not coming out of the mail inbox. So now, if I dissolve copper sulfate particles in water, what is happening is that these copper sulfate particles, first, it will go and occupy at the bottom of the beaker. Okay, and then when you stir the water, so these copper sulfate particles will go and occupy the other places. Okay, and hence it will get dissolved. Okay, it will get dissolved, it will get uniformly distributed throughout the liquid, and it will become blue color. Okay, so that is exactly what is happening in this case. So why? Because particles of matter have space between them. Particles of matter have space between them. So the color settings are kind of different. Okay, I hope it gets highlighted. Okay, so these particles of matter have space between them. Example, please give an example every time. Dissolving copper sulfate. Wait 1 second. Copper sulfate in water or anything. You can put dissolving sugar in water, dissolving salt in water, or any other example also works. Okay, so this is our particles of matter having space between them. You can also call this as intermolecular space. Okay, fine. So if you understood this, you please click on the yes icon. If you understood this, then please click on the yes icon. It's a simple characteristic. So every characteristic, you should know one example as such. Without example, invalid. Okay, you have to write an example whenever you write the characteristic. Okay, as a justification. So the next one. Particles of matter attract each other. Okay, so what do I mean by this is that there is a force of attraction. There is a force of attraction between the particles. Okay, there's a force of attraction between the particles. So suppose, for example, I'll just take. Okay, so I took one paper here. Yes. Okay, so this is one paper. Now I can easily tear this paper. Okay, see, paper is matter. Okay, because it has mass and it occupies space. So now this paper, I can easily tear the paper. Okay, why? Because I am applying more force and I'm able to overcome the force of attraction of paper. Hence, I can tear the paper easily. But there is a pencil in my hand. Okay, if I have to break it, then I have to apply the force which should be greater than the force between the particles of this solid. Okay, so of course this is strong enough and expensive. I don't want to break it. Okay, but if I take something else, chalk piece or something, I can easily break it. But if I take iron nail, I cannot break it because the force of attraction between iron nail particles is more than my external force. Okay, hence I will not be able to break iron nail. Okay, see, using an hammer and all, that is different. Okay, I'm talking with help of my bare hands. With the help of bare hands, I can tear paper. Okay, but I cannot break this Apple pencil. Okay, so that is one example. So I'll write here example. All particles of matter, they have their own force of attraction. It varies from substance to substance. Okay, so I will write here tearing paper. Tearing paper. Okay, so the reason, because we can overcome the force of attraction, overcome the force of attraction of paper particles or the atoms of paper. Okay, so that is one thing. And every substance have different force of attraction. So I will write here, note, this force of attraction between particles varies from substance to substance. Okay, for different substances, they have different force of attraction. You cannot compare iron nail with paper. Okay, paper I can easily tear, but iron nail, no. Okay, so this is our last property or characteristic, that is particles of matter attract each other. Okay, so please write this down fast. So if you understood this, then click on S icon. Okay, so once you completed, then I can go to the next topic. So every time, one simple example you must write. Okay, so as soon as you complete, just click on the S icon on the manage participant. So after this, we'll solve some questions and quiz. We will look at the quiz afterwards. After I complete some more topic, then we can see the quiz. Let us see all the properties of matter before we go to next topic. Okay, so The first point, matter is made up of tiny particles, and these particles are very, very small in size. You can also call this as atoms, but we will see about this in detail, chapter number 3. Okay, so you can just now call it as particles. Okay, matter is made up of tiny particles. Their size is in terms of nanometer. I have also given nanometer, 10 raised to power minus 9. Okay, now second property, these particles of matter, they are continuously moving. Okay, they are always moving, or they are vibrating in their position. Why? The reason is they have kinetic energy. Okay, the reason is they have kinetic energy, hence they keep moving. So under this property or characteristic, they will ask this question about diffusion. Okay, what exactly is diffusion? As I have written in the statement, it is intermixing of different types of particles. Okay, intermixing of different types of particles on their own. Okay, on their own, it is getting mixed. For example, agarbatti. Agarbatti smoke getting mixed with air. Okay, agarbatti smoke getting mixed with air, and that is our diffusion. Okay, and that will get spread throughout the entire room. Okay, you will just light the agarbatti in your what you call temple room or something in your home. Okay, and then the entire smell gets spread throughout the house. Okay, why? Because of diffusion. Another example, yesterday we saw in the textbook, that is an hot cooked food smell. If your mother is cooking something hot dish in the kitchen, if you are in your living room, then you can smell what your mom is cooking. Okay, because the particles get mixed with the air and you could smell it. Okay, so that is all because of diffusion. So there is one important property, okay, that is affecting diffusion. So that is temperature. Temperature is a factor, okay, on which diffusion is dependent on. How it is dependent on? Directly proportional. If you increase the temperature, then diffusion will also increase. So as I have written here in this box, you can see, if temperature increases, diffusion will also increase. If temperature decreases, then diffusion will also decrease. So the next important thing is this extra points, okay, that we wrote. Osmosis is a special type of diffusion of water, okay, through a semi-permeable membrane, where movement of water takes from higher concentration to lower concentration. Do not worry about osmosis. We will learn about this in 5th chapter, that is fundamental unit of life, cell. In the chapter called cell, we will learn about osmosis. Okay, and another important note, when it comes to diffusion, gases diffuse the most and solids diffuse the least. Liquids are in between. Okay, so this was regarding our second characteristic of matter. The third characteristic which we did today, that is particles of matter have space between them. We call this as intermolecular space. Every substance have different intermolecular space between them. So dissolving copper sulfate in water. Okay, so when you dissolve copper sulfate in water, the copper sulfate particles will go and occupy these spaces between water. Okay, so that is our third property, that is particles of matter have space between them. Fourth property, particles of matter attract each other. That means there is a force of attraction between these particles. Okay, if your force is more than that, then you can break the material. If your force, your applied force is less than that, that means you cannot break the material. Okay, paper, it is very easy for you to tear the paper because our force is more than the force of attraction of paper particles. But I cannot do the same thing with a what you call iron rod or some other metal, okay, because they have greater forces of attraction. So that is our 4 characteristics or properties of matter. So with this, let us answer this question. It's there in your textbook. Okay. Question number 3. You can see that the question is, a diver is able to cut through water in a swimming pool. Which property of matter does this observation show? So we have written 4 properties of matter. You should tell this is an example or justification of which of these 4 properties of matter. You can send it to me via chat itself. Okay, I just want to see. Okay, you write the name. Don't tell 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in the exam, you have to write the complete name of the characteristic of matter. You cannot tell one. Sir, one. What is one? Okay, you have to write the full characteristic of the matter. Okay, so guys have sending me the answer. Okay, so I'll just start from the first person who replied. Okay, yes, Kerur, wrong. Okay, nay sir, I don't know what is the 4th characteristic. You have to tell. Aryan wrong. Okay, Sai Patel wrong. Saket wrong. Then Swayam wrong. Pranamya wrong. Samruddhi wrong. Srishti wrong. Sneha wrong. Amaya wrong. Wait, who is telling correct, man? Then Shraddha correct. Sai Samir correct. Shaurya correct. Sunidhi wrong. Aryan correct. Okay, and just so many of them. It just takes so much of time to go through everybody's answer. So I just went to whoever has replied first. So the answer is, see, watch carefully. Okay, a diver is able to cut through water in a swimming pool. Which property of matter does this observation show? This is nothing but the diver is able to overcome the force of attraction of water. Okay, that is why he's able to do swimming. Most of you have written particles of matter have intermolecular space between them. Is the diver going inside the water molecules? Do you think the diver is going inside the water molecules? See, copper sulfate solution, the small particles of copper sulfate, okay, I showed the picture also, no? The small particles of copper sulfate, they are able to go inside the intermolecular space of water, and then they're changing the color. Okay, here diver is not going inside. So please try to understand. Diver is just swimming inside the water because he's able to overcome the force of attraction of water particles. Okay, that is the answer. Don't get confused. Have little common sense now. Okay, how can the diver go inside the intermolecular space? Intermolecular space is in picometers, man. Okay, that's so small. You can't go inside the water molecule space. Okay, are you getting the point? Okay, the answer here is this. Okay, so I'm going to write the answer. Question number 4. Diver is able to overcome the force of attraction of water. Okay, that is why he's able to swim. For example, instead of water, I'll remove water. Okay, in the swimming pool, there is no water. If the diver jumps from the top, okay, to the swimming, what would happen? He will break his hand or leg or something. Okay, why? Because the cement flooring what is there, that is having greater force of attraction. If the diver goes like this inside the swimming pool without water, next he will be in hospital only. Okay, because he'll injure himself, okay, or herself. Okay, because the diver is unable to overcome the force of attraction between the cement particles. Okay, because that is very strong. Okay, but water is able to swim because it's able to overcome the force of attraction between water molecules. Okay, so that is your answer. Okay, please think, okay, before answering. Almost 90% of you answered wrong, man. Oh my God. So again, so the last question. So that is question number 4. You can see the question. Oh, you cannot see. You can see the question now. What are the characteristics of the particles of matter? That is, write all these 4 characteristics of matter. That's all. Okay. That is, the particles of matter are very small in size. The particles of matter are continuously moving. The particles of matter attract each other, and the particles of matter have space between them. Okay, or whatever these 4 particles of matter we just now discussed, write all these 4 points and your answer is done. Remember to give examples always. Okay, write examples and that is your answer. Okay, so these are your in-text questions which are there in page number 3. Okay, the next topic that we'll be doing is states of matter. Okay, we are just dealing with only the fundamental states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. But in reality, there are more than 20 states of matter. We'll just go through these 3 things first, and then I'll also give you information about other states of matter. Okay, fine. So now let us just go back to our notes. So I'll write the heading. States of matter. Okay, the first thing you need to understand is, why do we have different states of matter? Okay, so why do we have different states of matter? Okay, so let us write the answer. Different states of matter arises due to the variation in the characteristics. Okay, we have different states of matter because whatever these 4 characteristics we learned now, if there is a variation or if there's a difference in these characteristics, then we will get different states of matter. Okay, so that is the most important reason. They may ask in exam, why do we have different states of matter? So the answer is this: different states of matter arises due to the variation in the characteristics, or there's a difference in the characteristics. Some of them may have very large force of attraction. Some of them may have very large intermolecular space and all these things. Okay, because of such things, we have different states of matter. So we will be learning about the 3 most fundamental states of matter, that is basic states of matter: solid, liquid, gas. Okay, but we'll also see about the other things called plasma, Bose, Einstein condensate, superfluid, superconductor, and all those things as an extra knowledge point of view. For examination, only 3: solid, liquid, gas. Aste. CBSE exam, only this much. Other things later. Okay, first we'll study about this: matter, antimatter, Paul Dirac equation, all those things later. first what is there in the textbook, we should learn that. Okay, because that will help you score marks. Knowledge, after this we'll do knowledge session. Do not worry. Okay, let us first finish what is there in your textbook, because your parents will ask first marks. Okay, so first we'll score marks. Afterwards we'll do those things also. Do not worry. So now let us write about the first state of matter. Solid state. So we'll see some characteristics of this solid state of matter. All of us have learned about solids. Okay, but let us see in detail, proper, from technical point of view, scientific point of view, what are the characteristics of solid state. So first point, it has definite shape. It has definite shape. Okay, that is, the shape of solid is fixed. For example, this pencil is a solid. It has its own definite shape. This shape is not changing until and unless you do something to it. Its shape is it's independent. It is having its own shape. Okay, first thing. Second, it has definite volume. That means this solid occupies a specific space. Okay, you see, if I measure this, okay, so it might occupy, I don't know, some 5 centimeters square or whatever. Okay, how much of a space it occupies. Okay, it has a definite shape and it has a definite volume. Okay, we call this as rigidity. Okay, there is one new word. I'll write this. Rigidity. Rigidity means definite shape and volume. Okay, it is hard and strong. Okay, solid is hard and strong. It is rigid, means it has its own shape and it has its own volume. Okay, which it will not change until and unless an external force is applied on it. Okay, that is different. If you take hammer and break it, then that is another issue. Okay, but on its own, it has its own shape, it has its own volume. Okay, first thing. And next, high force of attraction between its particles. Okay, all this solid state, their force of attraction is very high. Okay, very, very high. And it has least intermolecular space. That means the space between the particles is very, very less. Okay, I will draw the diagram here. If, for example, if I have to show solids, the solids particles, I can show like this. Okay, you see, they are very compact. Okay, they are very compact and they are tightly packed. They are tightly packed next to each other. That is what I mean. High force of attraction and least intermolecular space. The next, it cannot flow, or I will write here, no fluidity. Okay, that means, see, water, if I pour water on the floor, the water will flow. But if I put an iron rod, okay, it will not flow. It might roll. Rolling is different. Flowing is different. See, rivers flow. Buildings don't flow. Building is stagnant. Okay, house is stagnant. Okay, so solids, they cannot flow because they have their own space, they have shape and volume. Okay, powder also, if you take powder, if you put powder on the floor, Powder will be there on the floor. Powder will not travel from here till there. You pour water, water will go from this point till another because water will flow. Water is a liquid. Powder is not a liquid. Powder is solid. Okay? Because it satisfies all these conditions. Although it may be small, but it has its own shape and volume. Okay? So, of course, you can, crush it and make it further small particles. Okay? But it has its own force of attraction between them. Okay? And it is rigid. It has its own definite shape, volume, and all the other properties. I will write here further more properties. High density. So what do we mean by density? So I will write here in the bracket itself. Density means compactness, or it has been tightly packed next to each other. Okay, you can consider that as density. There is a formula for density. Density is given by the formula mass by volume, and SI unit of density kg per meter cube. Okay, SI unit of density kg per meter cube. Okay, so now this is our characteristics of solid state. The first one, it has definite shape. Second one, definite volume. Third property, rigidity. I will just underline this. Rigidity, important. Then high force of attraction between particles. Least intermolecular space. Then it cannot flow. And next it has high density. Then I'll write some more points. Cannot be compressed easily. Cannot be compressed easily. Okay. So what do I mean by this statement? That if I apply force on this pencil, I am unable to change its shape. Okay. I'm unable to change its shape. Okay. That is what it means by compressing. Okay. If you compress something, if it is able to change its volume, or if it is able to change its shape under the influence of external force. Okay. Most of the solids, they will retain their shape. For example, you may try to change the shape of the iron rod by forcing it. Okay. But the iron rod will be an iron rod. You cannot change its shape easily. You cannot compress it easily. So that is what I mean by this statement. Okay. So please write this fast. Okay. Bega. We will come to some special cases or exceptional cases, but first write this. Okay. Fast. So if you have completed whatever characteristics I wrote, you please click on the S icon. Okay, if you completed all these characteristics, what I wrote, please click on the S icon. See, when I'm teaching and when I'm writing, so you should also be in sync with me. Okay, so whatever I write and teach, you listen, you understand, and you also should write along with. Both of us should go together as a team. Don't simply sit and watch. Sir is teaching, let him teach. Don't simply sit and watch. Okay, you also write. Okay, fine. So next, the bottom ones. So remember all these points in the exam. What they will ask is, they will ask you to differentiate between solid, liquid, gas. Okay, if you know all these points, then it will be easy for you to write the table. Table they'll ask solid versus liquid versus gas. When I complete all this liquid and gas also, at the end we'll write the table. Okay, so that table is important. 5 mark question. Okay, write or differentiate between the characteristics of solid, liquid, and gas. That is the 5 mark question. All these points will be there. Don't worry. Okay, fine. So if you return till here, next point is our special cases. So what is this special case, or what is this exceptional case? The first one what we'll go through is rubber band. I hope all of you have seen the rubber band. Okay, rubber band is considered as solid, even though when you look at the rubber band, so I'll just show you the rubber band. It's a special case where you can stretch the rubber band, you can change the shape of the rubber band, you can put it around a bag. Okay, you can do a lot of things with rubber band. Girls wear rubber band to their hair and all this, but even then rubber band is put under the category of solid. Why? In the exam they'll ask the question. Okay, so I'll show you the rubber band. Oh my god, it is showing something. Rubber band images. Okay, it is loading. Great. So you see, these are your rubber band. Okay, and this rubber band is considered as solid. The reason we will write it now. Okay, why rubber band is considered as solid? It is solid because it has its own shape and it retains its shape and it retains its shape after stretching. Okay, so you see, when you stretch the rubber band, of course it gets stretched, but when you leave it, it will go back to its original shape. You are not altering its shape permanently. It has its own original shape, whatever shape it is made. Okay, you can see here, its shape is like this, whatever circular shape or something. When you stretch, of course it will get stretched, but once you leave it back, it will go back to its original shape. Okay, that means it has its own shape and it retains its shape. Okay, you are not altering its shape or you're not altering its volume. So because of that, we put rubber band under solids. We can call this as pseudo solids, not as such as real solids, pseudo solids. Okay, I will write that also. Let's call all this as pseudo solids. Okay, pseudo means something which is not true. Okay, so false, something like pseudo solids. Okay, so this is the first pseudo solid example, rubber band. Next example we'll go is sponge. So now let us see how does our sponge look like? So this is our sponge. I hope everybody have played with sponge and you have seen sponge. Okay, even if you look at this sponge, also we consider this sponge under solid itself. Okay, so there's a reason why we put this sponge also under solid category only. Okay, why? We will write the reason for that. Okay, because all these sponges, when you press it, you think you are changing its shape. Okay, of course, when you press it, its shape might change, but when you release it, it will come back to its own original shape. Okay, it will come back to its own original shape. There are small holes, yeah, pores inside this sponge where air is occupied. When you're pressing it, what is happening is that air is coming out. Hence, you are able to press. Okay, please understand what I'm saying. When you press the sponge in these holes, tuta, okay, this tuta or the holes, what is there? Air. Air is filled in these holes, yeah, cavity. Okay, once you press the sponge, the air is coming out of it. Hence, you're able to press. But when you leave it, it will again come back to its original shape, whatever it is, square, yeah, something. Okay, whichever shape it is made of. Okay, like this is some crazy different shape. Okay, so all these are put under category of solids, but pseudo solids. Okay, not actual or real solids, pseudo solids. You can call them as pseudo solids. Okay, so I will write here the reason for sponge also. We are able to compress sponge because air is filled in its holes. Whose holes? Sponge. Okay, in its holes or pores. Okay, and the sponge will retain its own shape. Okay, after you release the force, the sponge will again come back to its own shape. Okay, so that is the important observation that you have to make. Okay, so these are some two special cases. Other things also, whatever you might think of, okay, you have to see whether it can come back to its own shape or not. Can it retain its shape or not, or is it permanently changing its shape? Okay, that is something that you have to look into. So that is why you see I put this title here, pseudo solids. Okay, I have put here pseudo solids. Okay, that means false solids or not true solids. Okay, so this is two. These are two examples of your pseudo solids, and other examples also. If you there, you can put it under the same category. Okay, you please write it down. If you understood this, then click on the yes icon, so that now we can do some quiz, Kahoot quiz, so that let us check how much did you understand about all these things that we discussed now. Okay, fine. So if you're completed, just click on the S icon. So I'll just again go through this solids. Okay, if you have missed out on something, if you did not write it or whatever the reason, just take a photo and after the class, you can finish this. Okay, so you can quickly see, we just wrote the characteristics of solid and these two special cases. That's all. Okay, nothing much. That's all. And quickly go to kahoot.it website and wait for me. I'm going to share my screen and let's start the quiz. Okay, so others, please come to kahoot.it website fast. Wait. Okay, wait, it's loading. Okay, so this Kahoot, as you saw, it is just based on solid state. Okay, so whatever we learned today, the properties or the characteristics of solid state, based on that only, this quiz is made. So keep those points in your mind while answering these questions. Okay, it's like very simple and easy. And this is your game pin. So you can just quickly join. So go to kahoot.it website and enter the game pin. The game pin you can see on your screen. Open your Zoom screen. You can see the game pin. Okay, 5184588. Okay, this is the game pin. So please join fast. Okay, so I'll be starting the quiz in another 15-20 seconds. Okay, others, please join fast. I'll be starting. If you join later, then you may lose out on some points. Okay, so on your screen, you will see the first question. So be ready, be quick. There are only 20 seconds for you to answer. Only 20 seconds. Okay, last 2 seconds. Okay, so 23 students got this answer correct. So we saw that solid is rigid, that it has a specific or definite shape and volume because there's maximum force of attraction. Okay, you see all these characteristics, if you go through, the characteristic that matches the solid is maximum force of attraction. Okay, so you please think and answer. Everything is related. Everything we have done in today's class. Okay, Nasser was the first person to get it correct. Okay, very nice. So next question. Okay, so last 15 seconds. Okay, 45 students got it correct. Next question. Nasser is still leading. See, all the questions, you just have to look at the correct characteristic. That's all. Options, search for the correct characteristic of solid state and you will get correct answer. Don't make mistake, man. Okay, question number 3. Okay, everything we have done in today's class. You have to select the best option. Out of 4, best option you should select. Okay, huh? You see, all of them might look correct, but they're talking about flowing. Okay, I had clearly written cannot to flow. In the reason bracket had written no fluidity. Okay, then you should choose the answer no fluidity. Okay, because that is the most correct option. So after 3 questions, okay, Nasser is still leading. Okay, very nice, man. Last question. Last question. Okay, so please check it out. Last question. Okay, this is based on characteristic of matter. Okay, characteristic of matter. Not solid state, characteristic of matter based question. So answer fast. Okay, so you see, why does water become colorful when you put copper sulfate or potassium permanganate or drop of ink? The reason is these particles of ink, they go and occupy the space between the water. That is why it will change its color of water. Okay, so intermolecular space. I had made you right also. Don't make mistakes, man. Many of you got it wrong. So at the end of this quiz, so let us see who is leading. Third position, we have Siddharth. Second position, we have Sujan. And first position, so we have Nasser. So very nice, congratulations. Nasser maintained the lead from first till the end. It's fantastic. So everybody else also. Okay, so whoever got all the questions correct. Okay, very good. But you should be quick enough. Okay, I saw that there's so many people. Okay, who got all questions correct. Okay, so I have the report also. I can show you the report as well, just to check how many of you got how many questions correct and which all questions were wrong and all that. I'm just quickly going to see the report and show you also. Be fast, fast, fast. Okay, so almost 54% of all the options that you selected of all the players, okay, 54% of them were correct. And when I scroll down, you can look at the players and their performance. Okay, so as you see, Nasser, and you can look at the screen, you can see that everybody else, okay, Sujan, Siddharth, Sunidhi, Shayak, Yash, Diya, Mithil, see all of you, fantastic, you got all the questions correct. Okay, but the difference was quickness. Okay, you were not fast enough in selecting the correct option. That is why you were not in the top 5. See, 13 students got all questions correct. Okay, but you should be quick. You should be quick. Okay, and right from Diksha till others. Okay, so they all got 3 questions correct, but 1 question wrong. But anyways, a good performance. Okay, everybody. You just make sure that you don't make silly mistakes next time. Okay, see, many of you got 3 questions correct. Okay, you got 1 question wrong somewhere. Some of you got 2 questions correct, 2 questions wrong. Saket, Priyanka, Shweta, everyone. Okay, but anyways, next time, so please improve. Okay, with this, we'll stop sharing. So I still have another few minutes. So in the beginning of the class, I had shown you one video. In the mid, I had stopped. So I'll just complete the video, and remaining time, we can go for doubt solving. Okay, 1 second. Okay, cool. So we'll share the screen. And let's just finish all these other reactions which we saw in the beginning. Okay. Yes. So that was about today's class. Okay. So whoever has sent me in chat, I think I have replied to all of them. So regarding doubts, okay, you still have some doubts or something. So again, tomorrow before the class, you can definitely come early and get it clarified from ma'am. And I've also posted today in the group regarding doubt solving. You can go to Avanti Gurukul app and you can officially type your doubt there. Okay, because sending it to me WhatsApp and that becomes separate. Okay, we want to clarify your doubts officially so that we know how many of you are asking doubts and how many of you are not asking doubts and all those. Okay, so go to the app, click on the chat icon, put your doubt there. We will reply officially to your doubts from morning 10 a.m. till night 10 p.m. During 2 o'clock in the night, if you put doubt, we will reply the next day morning. Okay, fine. So anyways, with that, we'll just end today's class. So thank you so much. So tomorrow again, we'll continue with matter, but different state of matter, that is liquid. Tomorrow we'll see about liquid and its characteristics. Okay, thank you so much. I'll hand it over to Mohit sir now.